So now, welcome to the channel, 3D Africa Media Channel, and this is where I will be giving you all the entertainment, movie news, everything that happens in that sphere. And last week I did release a review of a trailer, Anam's Wake, that's by Likarion Wainaina, a local film. Now today, I'm going to do the same, but this time, by the way, the Anan's Wake, I'm going to leave the link here, so if you want to watch that first. But now I'll jump straight into the next one, which is Reuben Odanga's movie. Let's first quickly check here. That's the movie. That's the very first shot. So let's see here what it says. Salma, a coastal Kenyan singer, compromises her morals for her daughter's medical needs, jeopardizing her relationship and forcing her to confront the true cost of sacrifice. Okay, the premise is I really, a lot of this sort of abbreviated synopsis, they don't really give you, often more than not, they just give you a loose understanding of what's going on. But before I give you my thoughts on it, let's first consume the trailer. This is TIDES. Yes, it's going to be in the cinemas on the 8th of August 2026. So I'm going to watch this one also. So I'm going to watch Anam's Wake. I think it's 31st, yes. Then I'm going to watch TIDES. Then I'll pay a full review of the movies, but now let's watch the trailer. This is for promotional purposes. I've not been paid, but it's a Kenyan movie. Gotta do it.
Nzuri anahitaji 1.2 million.
Itakuwa safari refu, lakini kuna suluhu.
Nilikuwa nafikiria tunaweza fanya like a charity gig, raise funds.
Okay, before we go too far, so from what you are getting, so I'm thinking this is the old man she's going to be involved with there. The singer, she's going to be involved with this one, the rich old man or something, and he seems to have lost his wife or something. I'm just trying to piece it together. Now, it seems like one of those movies, then it's not my cup of tea per se, but I know that people like this romance-based, emotional movies. I know it's just, for me, I'm too old. It's after a while you get jaded. Some of these stories don't really touch you. So what I'm going to really do, despite my biases, is try to give it an objective review of what I think its prospects are, what the production quality looks like. I believe it was shot by Jim Bishop. Yes, I believe. So the shots look good so far. So let's just continue with it.
Special about it.
Come on, there's something special.
Daktari alisema nini?
Zuri yako na shimo moyoni.
We're going to need to plan major surgery.
So young. Biko tuna pesa.
Salma, nadhani pesa inatoka wapi? Si mziki tu.
Is this the only way?
Mimi nafanya hii yote kwa sababu yetu, babe. Sisi wote leo tuko na show. Kila mtu ajitume.
Serenade me. A song with soul. I don't care about the language. If it moves you, it will move me too.
Nimekopesha pesa 6 months ago wakiimba kule kwa cruise. Now I'm almost being auctioned.
Kiwa na njaa na nguruwe tu ndio chakula hivi. Unakula, kisha unaomba msamaha baadaye.
What happened to us being transparent and open and honest?
You'll always be mine.
How does one start again?
This was meant to be our sidekick. He's falling in love with you.
Why didn't you just tell me about this thing with Ubigo? Do you love him, Salma?
All right. I don't know. It's very rare that Reuben's movies touch you, but this has. I don't know. I like it. I like the trailer. I do like the trailer. There are very, very many good shots in it. If you're going to talk about cinematography, I think Jim Bishop did go quite a bit. Yeah, I didn't like the first shot. Let me show you the one I'm talking about. This it's fine, but needed a bit more depth. We needed a bit more depth here, a bit more depth. So you didn't have that video look, if you know what I'm saying. So other than that, there's so many other great shots that were, a lot of nice foreground there, framing nicely, frame within a frame. It's done. I have to say, I liked quite a bit of these shots, quite a bit of them. The lighting is good, but Jim Bishop the shots are really good, naona mtu anatumia ile design ile napenda, downward, mahali where you have half the face in the shadow and half the face in the light. It always comes out very cinematic, very nice. But you always have to kind of place the light so that the shadow falls closer to the camera, not you put the light here. A lot of people put the light right where the camera is, so it lights the face where the cam is closest to the camera. It cuts the depth. It doesn't look very nice. So, but we can tell hapa kazi imefanywa na mzito Jim Bishop. Now, that's that. So cinematography, I think I'll give this in a 7.5, a strong one. 7.5, a strong one there. I think in terms of theme, it's something we've seen before. This is really Reuben's domain, doing these romantic comedies and and just this emotional thrillers kind of. It's his domain. He has extensive knowledge on doing soaps, TV programming that have this type of theme. So it's in his domain. Yes. So as far as themes go, I think it will work for some. I don't know. It is a very. I think women would like this. I think you should promote more women wakuje waone hii kitu. They would like this. I'm kind of flat on it because it's not my kind of thing. But thematically, for the target market, I think it will work. So I'll give it a 7 also. Now, let's talk about the acting, the actors. They have... Sarah is a very strong actress, but I think I personally have a bit of Sarah Hassan fatigue. It's nothing to do with her. She's fine, but she's in everything. Like the other new actresses need to come forth. We need to see more people. But according to her performances here, it's sort of the same thing I've seen before. It's always just the emotion and just the same. It's just Sarah Hassan. The range is just Sarah Hassan, So I would say the acting, I'll give it a 6 because I don't like the dialogue. The dialogue feels forced, kuongea hiyo kingoso, and even they're speaking the Swahili, it feels like they just have to do it because they're trying to balance instead of the actors just being natural. You can speak the English, the Kenyan way, and sound natural, and the Swahili the same way, but this feels the recitation part. I just don't like the dialogue. The dialogue is weak and it's rather predictable and doesn't really carry the emotion. It doesn't sound authentic, doesn't carry the emotion, all those things. So I'll give, because of that, the general acting, I'll drop it to a 5 because dialogue is very important. It carries people. And there's something I've really liked on this one. It seems the soundtrack is really something else. It seems that they did some authentic soundtrack, and some of these songs sound like they can actually just be songs, which is usually a good sign of a good soundtrack. It seems heavy with that because it has an artist angle to it. Sarah Hassan's character is an artist, a singer, so that's going to be there. I think if what I've heard here is what is replicated in the film throughout and the sound design is like that, I would have to give it a strong 8.5. I really liked it. It carried me. I felt something, so I have to be honest about it. 8.5 up for soundtrack. Hey, you went hard on the soundtrack. So what else is remaining? You know, this I'm doing this. I have notes, but I'm not I'm not trying to look so robotic. So I think on the general, I'll give the trailer a 7.5. I think the other things kind of dropped it back. 7 point. Let me give it 7. Yes, let me give it 7. And this could only just be because by bias, it's not really my kind of movies, but I felt something. I've watched this and I've seen they've tried quite a bit to pull out a good story. It seems like that. I hope it's replicated. I hope it's not one of those things that I would, because the dynamic between the older man, the older man and the fact that they're doing this deal, her and her boyfriend, pesa to engage you, that's a very good premise. Let's be honest, and it will give an opportunity to see the pull and tag and whatnot in this dynamic between the boyfriend, her, and the older man. And maybe the older man is falling in love, as we can see, and maybe she is also, because he looks like Kababa. Unajua sisi ma fitness is squeeze Kababa. He looks like one of those ones, eh? So it's one of those things that's believable that she could actually fall for. It has a very good premise, and I hope they handle it well, right? So I don't know what you guys thought about that, my review. I tried to be as honest and as objective as possible. Of course, understanding that I have my biases in terms of taste and whatnot. But in an objective way, this looks much better than his last production. I just didn't like the last. This looks something up there, and I hope that it will translate. The excitement I felt here, something I felt here, I hope it translates to now the big screen and the full feature. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the lack of promotion of Kenyan films. This is the second one. Anam's Wake has the same problem. Many people just don't know about it. I'm looking at the views. Let's look at the views. I mean, you can call me a hater if you want, but this is a very major cultural the product. Yes, TIDES it was out since July 13th. Yes, so it has 15,000 views. This doesn't cut it. I think Anam has even less. It has less than 10,000 by a mile. You know, so this is just not good enough as far as I'm concerned. This is a business. I hope that this looks like it's his independent film. So I don't see any Gates Foundation. I don't see. It's your independent film. Why don't we see the marketing? Like, you have very powerful actors. Hassan has networks and whatnot. We should be seeing you everywhere, doing all types of things for TikTok and whatnot, everywhere. Because I see, like, everybody kind of gets their trailer and they put on their social media and whatnot, but there is no reverberating cultural reaction to it. People are not talking about it. Like, this is why it's there. This is not like an exclusive product. This is a cultural product, ladies and gentlemen. We can't continue to do business like this because it is a business. And as far as I'm concerned, we always seem to be shooting ourselves in the foot when it comes to promoting our films. I didn't even know this film existed until last week. And it was late last week, and it's because one of the actors actually sent me the trailer at Umeona hii. And then some guy on a live stream told me, hey, I'm waiting for your TIDES reaction. And I had to check. And then, I think, even if you don't like me personally, I think you just send me the trailer. You know, send everybody, Sagini, everybody who talks to him. I can't remember the other guy. There's also another guy who does stuff. I'll remember. I'll put the name. I'll remember and put the name. So guys like that, whatever review they give it, they are putting the idea of the film into people's minds who could probably buy tickets for you, so that we can do a thing and just make it successful commercially. Because really, whether you like it or not, it's one of the major indicators of just how good a film is. I think this one has a good chance, Reuben. So do something. Yes, this marketing is. You can go gung ho right now. It's out on the 8th. You have like 2 weeks. You can go gung ho right now and make it something. Tafadhalini. Otherwise, guys, please leave me your comments down below. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, do all those good things.